welcome everyone to this special edition of Calling the Audible, the Hall of Fame edition. I am Peeze your host. You can join us to let us know your opinion on these proceedings, the video content, the write-ups, all that we've done for the Hall of Fame. This is our last production. This is our final member to get in to the 2017 class. So if you want to let us know what you think, you can reach out to me. You can reach me at PeezeFPF at most social media platforms, at Peeze on Facebook. I'm very approachable, as many players in the league already know. If I'm not, if you don't know that yet, you'll find out soon enough when you reach out to let me know what you thought of our Hall of Fame production. I am joined, of course, by League President Robert Campana. Rob, how's it going?
For the last time, very well.
For the seventh time, very well. Eagle at Master Control, of course, turning the knobs, pressing all the buttons, and a very family manner. We are brought to you by the Sportira Cage and Sportira. Sportira Cage is the home of Calling the Audible week in, week out, and Sportira is the official supplier of FPF uniforms. And this brings us to our staff inductee. Every year we honor a scorekeeper, media member. This year, of course, it is my friend, my partner in crime, the guy who started at the same time as me and gets me to be better every week, the Eagle at Master Control, Alex D'Aquila. That's right, he has an actual name, Alex D'Aquila. Eags, it actually is a great honor to present this to you, and I'm happy that I'm the one who got to host this year, and I'm happy to be here to present you with this honor.
I mean, you did choose who was going to do this, so...
I know, it's kind of on purpose. I was like, it's going to be Eags, I guess I'll do it. Makes me kind of happy. And of course, before I gush and go on and on about how much I love the little guy, I'll let you take over, Rob, and tell us why Eagle is a deserving inductee to the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. He absolutely is, Paulo, and as much as we love him as a friend and as both the nerd and the bully, depending on which day you catch him, to me, Eagle, for what he does for FPF, unofficially, I speak about him as if he's not here. He is here in the room with us, but he unofficially got a start working for FPF with his longtime buddy Andrew Dana, who was writing for the league and covering Division D, I believe, that summer, and Alex was following him around town from facility to facility with a rock band mic, helping him run interviews and stuff like that. And from that initial start all the way until he started up with us officially the following season in 2012, Alex has always been the type of guy, Paulo, that there's obviously he's an extremely brilliant guy, and he knows he's our official CTO, Chief Technology Officer.
I refer to him today as the robotic part of RoboCop.
Yeah, there you go.
The non-human part of RoboCop.
But the thing with Alex is that we had guys that helped us out. For me as the person who runs the league, I had some guys that I relied upon before Alex that were kind of like our chief technology guys who helped us turn the knobs and push the buttons and think of some cool stuff to add to the league. And although those people there, no disrespect to them, were extremely intelligent individuals who were good at what they did. When Eagle came on board, not only is he extremely intelligent, like I said, but it's the fact that the passion that he has for the league and how much he loves the league and how much he loves creating value for the players and the members of the league, to me is unequivocal to anybody else before him or whoever will come after him. I mean, Eagle, as a friend, I truly appreciate everything that you do for FPF, because you really are fantastic. We don't know where we'd be without you. And a funny story, actually, because I got to say it. And the thing is that Eags, for anybody who's met Eagle, he's obviously, he's the nerd who made it here in FPF, But it's funny how things come full circle, Paulo, because I remember when Alex first started playing in FPF, and I got to know him and his group of buddies for lockdown. And I remember once catching them on the sideline at Catalonia in the winter season, and they were watching Montreal's finest play. And I remember them having a conversation, and I remember specifically the words coming out of Alex's mouth saying, "Oh my God, that's Kevin Wyatt," when he was warming up. And the way these guys were looking at Kevin Wyatt, but especially Alex, kind of saying, "Oh my God, this guy." It's almost like this stoic presence, the Division I Hall of Fame quarterback that you've only heard about.
Being a single celebrity.
Exactly, But what's funny, and obviously, over the years, Alex has grown, more and more popular in FPF, and more people know him and have gotten to interact with him and see all the value that he brings to the league, and how much more, how much of a better experience he's created for everybody in this league. And we've really come full circle where I won't mention the player's name, but let's just say it's a Division 1 Hall of Fame perennial All-Star who was once walking into the facility with one of his friends, and I was just scorekeeping, so he didn't say he didn't think I heard it, but Alex was just leaving the sideline. I had just spoken to him, and he turned to his friend and said, "Oh my God, that's Eagle." And to me, I said, "This is where we've officially come full circle." Alex, once upon a time, came into this league. Was essentially, like a regular Joe Schmo, lower division guy who just admired guys in the higher divisions. And it's funny how things have come full circle. That essentially he's idolized now by so many and appreciated by so many, and rightfully so. And I'll be that first person to say that. So, Eags, honestly, all jokes aside, this couldn't happen to a better guy, and obviously this is super deserved, and I'm happy to have you as part of the FPF Hall of Fame. So I'll leave it to his confidant here, Paulo, to go ahead.
I have a lot I can say about Eagle. Over the last 5 years, I've worked very closely with Eagle, to the point where I see him more than I see, or speak to him more than I speak to my closest friends. Other than my girlfriend who I live with and my boss, there's nobody who I speak to or text with or see as often as I do Eagle.
Except in the month of September.
We take a month off every year. We're not allowed to speak to each other. We go through couples counseling at that time separately. We go through couples counseling, individualized couples counseling. But there's a lot of stories I can tell, and there's a lot of stories to come, because I'm going to be publishing a tribute specifically to Eagle, because the reason for that is there's a lot that he does that's not necessarily visible, and that goes to show his value in FPF, that he's not Peeze. His face isn't plastered all over the website, and I thought going into the voting process, and truth be told, I voted for Eagle, and it's not, I'm not considering myself a martyr. It's truly because I felt like he was the most deserving candidate, and I was worried that I may get more votes just because I'm more visible. So it was really nice to see him acknowledged, and people truly see what he brings to the table and truly recognize everything he's done for the league, because we wouldn't be the league we are today without him.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of talent. We have an amazing media team, and we have your leadership, which has been incredible, and we have amazing players. I always say our clients are our best salespeople, and that people come to play in FPF because it's where the best players play. But it still wouldn't be what it is today without Eagle. And I have a story to tell, and it was about my first season working in FPF, and Eagle and I kind of started similarly at the same time, working with Andrew Dana, a friend of ours, who helped bring us together and help us put together what we have today in our FPF media content. And we're sitting in, back then, the home of the podcast, which was seen as a rogue element. It was the weekly Extra Point Live, and I remember like the other media members talked down about it, like, oh, the stupid podcast. I bet nobody listens to that.
The New World Order.
And it was initially only for Division 5, and we insisted that we wanted, like, Division 5 at the time, that was where the introductory division was, and we said, let's start there, because let's get new clients as they're coming in acclimatized to this. Let's give them something more. Let's give them some bonus coverage. And
Rob never signed off on that, by the way. He was like, go ahead and do it, pilot project, rogue
Well,
style.
that's the thing, and this story is about the things Rob never signed off.
Only because you were part of that group, Eags. I trusted you from day one.
And it was in your basement, where you were roommate with Andrew Dana, and
a mic in the middle of the room and Mac
one
volume.
mic, one rock band mic in the middle room. And I remember one day we're sitting around and we're just hanging out, and we were talking about the horrible finals production that we had. And Rob, no offense, because you guys did the best you could back then. The finals usually, the video for the finals would come out months after the finals were played, where nobody even remembered the game.
That was the problem. Where I don't think the quality was poor, but I think that obviously
there was one year, Rob, where the voices and the action were not synced. So there are times where it was not.
Of course, yeah.
And to see what it's become now, it started on one conversation where Eagle turned to me and said, "Hey, why don't we do a live FPF podcast at the finals. It'll be like play by play, but just audio. And I said, yeah, sure, like why not? And then he kind of spoke to you, Rob, and you're like, no, I don't think it's a good idea, it won't work. And
look at this guy making me the bad guy in his narrative here. I didn't say no.
Absolutely, well, you didn't say no, but you didn't fully support the idea. Exactly.
I said, you guys are on your own. Do what you want. You're not being paid for this, so how can I stop you?
But we said, let's do it.
At the time, anyway.
Let's just do it. Let's set up. I with a friend of mine had owned a recording studio in the past, and we had some extra equipment, and we said, yeah, you know what? I have this equipment. Let's go. Let's set up. Let's show Rob what this truly can be. And I think, based on that idea and based on our work together, I think that really allowed us to get to where we are, and just the technical knowledge and the ability to bring the ideas that we've had to life. And every conversation I've had with Eagle starts with, "Hey, Eags, why don't we?" And then a loud sigh, and then followed by, "Okay, just give me a sec." And then the obsession that he has to make it come together, it's truly amazing. So Eags, just for being the most obsessive dude I've ever met, for being one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, I want to thank you for everything you've done to FPF, and congratulate you on your induction into the 2017 FPF Hall of Fame class. There's no one more deserving. Congratulations, Eagle.